You are a smart, intelligent man, but around women, you freeze. The moment you want to say something, your chest tightens and your mind starts racing. Even if you really want to say it, you just cannot, my brother. It's like something you can't explain stops you. I know exactly how that feels because I was there. In 2018, after I moved to the US, I was barely able to speak to women and I was trying to compensate with fashion. But today, I can make cold approaches without flinching, not because I am lucky, but because I figured out what was actually holding me back. See, the problem is not your confidence, it's not how attractive you are, it's not willpower. What is causing this runs much deeper. But in this video, I will show you exactly what it is and how to fix it. And if you implement the advice I will give you, you'll be more confident than Andrew Tate around women. Not like you want to beat them or some shit like that, no. Like you will be confident as fuck, my brother. Look, just 4 or 5 years ago, this was me. All I wanted was inner confidence. I wanted to be able to speak to women, just be myself. I wanted people to feel calm and grounded when I spoke. But there was a huge problem. I just couldn't. Every time I wanted to act, something stopped me. And what scared me the most wasn't the moment itself. It was the thought that kept appearing. What if I'm never able to speak to women naturally? What if I am never able to stand up for myself when it matters? That thought built up so much pressure inside me that I had to find a solution. So I did what made sense. I went to YouTube, I searched how to be confident around women. I bought courses, I read books, and on paper, it all sounded good. I had the frameworks, but every time I tried to actually approach a woman, I stepped back. Even with the perfect line in my head, my body would pull me away from the moment. That's when I realized something important. This wasn't a technique problem. It wasn't a confidence problem. Because if information alone were the issue, I should have been able to fix it right now already. Instead, something deeper was controlling my behavior. And that's what pushed me to start studying what was actually happening. And once I saw that clearly, everything finally started to make sense, my brother. What changed me wasn't confidence. It was frustration. I hit a point where I thought, fuck this, my brother. I can't keep living like this. What? And that's when I had a crazy idea. I've seen other guys online recording their cold approaches, so I decided to do the same thing as well. And my mindset behind it was simple. If I can talk to even one woman on camera, there is something real to work with. I can step outside my head and see what is actually happening. So I started. The first few failed, then I got a high, then a short conversation. I felt momentum building. But one interaction quickly changed everything. I approached a woman and she immediately rejected me. She even called me weird. And in my body, it felt like everything was collapsing. But this is where it gets crazy. When I went home and watched the footage back, something didn't add up. I wasn't collapsing on the outside. I was standing there just like everything was okay. And then everything clicked. The fear wasn't coming from what was happening. It was coming from what my body expected to happen. My body wasn't reacting to reality. It was predicting danger based on old conditioning. And suddenly, I saw the pattern. It's not that I wasn't confident, but my mind, every time I tried to initiate a new conversation with an attractive woman, started mission critical. And I felt like everything was collapsing. My nervous system was reacting to an old threat that wasn't actually there, my brother. But interestingly enough, that wasn't the only thing that happened. Even though it felt like everything was collapsing, I still stayed present. And after seeing myself stay present through rejection, my nervous system learned something new, that I can actually handle this. That is when things finally started making sense. Doesn't matter how much you think or try to, but you can't teach a nervous system, but you can train it through experience. That is why mindset, work, tactics, and preparation never worked for me. I was training myself like pressure, avoid, learn more. So every time I did that, I reinforced the freeze reaction. And once you understand this, there's a completely different way to approach dating, confidence, and social pressure, my brother. So the real question is, how do you retrain your nervous system to go from freezing under pressure to rising under pressure? That is exactly what I am going to walk you through next. So look, here's what you need to know. When you are around an attractive woman, your nervous system is already in one of 3 states before you say a word. And depending on which one you are in, the same situation feels completely different, my brother. State 1, you feel grounded. Your breath is steady. Your body feels present. You are not forcing anything. This is where conversations feel natural, where confidence feels quiet, not performative, when you don't need lines because you're actually there. State 2, your system goes into overdrive. Chest tight, mind racing, you feel pressure to do something right. This is where overthinking happens, where you talk too fast or try to control the outcome. This is the stage where most guys think, I am not confident enough. It doesn't. It means your body thinks something important is at risk. Stage 3, shuts down. You don't even feel anxious. You feel blank. You look away. You tell yourself you don't care. You walk past her. This isn't laziness. It is your nervous system pulling the emergency brake after too much stress. The danger is not noticing which state that you are in, my brother. If you approach while you are in overdrive, you reinforce anxiety. Your body learns this situation is intense. This is risky. If you avoid or shut down, you reinforce freeze. Your body learns walking away keeps me safe. Either way, you are training your nervous system, just not in the direction you actually want. That is why so many guys say, I have approached before, but it didn't help. Or I have done the work, but I still freeze. Because repetition without awareness doesn't build confidence, my brother. It builds conditioning. And over time, this spills into everything else. That is how years pass without real change. Not because you didn't try, but because you were unknowingly training the same response again and again, my brother. And this is why the first step isn't doing more. It's noticing which state you are in before you act. Which brings me to a simple check you can use immediately. Next time you want to approach a woman, pause for a second and ask yourself, am I speeding up or shutting down? If your body feels urgent, restless, you are in overdrive. If your body feels heavy, numb, avoidant, you are in shutdown. That is it. Simple. And this is what most people skip. Once you know what state you are in, the action changes, because the worst thing you can do is use the same approach strategy in the wrong state. For example, if you're grounded, state 1, your breath is steady, your body feels more present, you don't feel rushed. In this state, you act. This is the green light. You don't overthink it. Don't wait. Say what is true and move. This is where confidence compounds naturally. If you are in overdrive, state 2, chest tight, mind racing, urgency to do it right. Slow the body, not the situation, my brother. You don't need better words. You need to lower intensity slightly before acting. Pause. Exhale longer than you inhale. Feel your feet on the ground, then act before your mind takes over. Overdrive isn't weakness. It is energy without direction, my brother. If you're shut down, state 3, you are numb, you are avoidant. I don't care energy. Don't force an approach. That usually backfires. Your job here isn't performance, it is activation. Stand taller, move your body, create any small social action, eye contact, a smile. Hey, to someone nearby. This tells your nervous system, I am safe to re-engage, my brother. Simple. If you do this consistently, your nervous system starts responding differently and the freeze loses its grip over time. So here's what you should really understand. It is your nervous system running old patterns under pressure. That is why tactics never worked and why trying to think your way into confidence only trained avoidance, my brother. Real confidence comes when you train your body to stay present under pressure. And when I did this, everything changed. Approaching women stopped feeling heavy. I didn't need hype or rehearsed lines. I could feel fear and still move. I was present, my brother. Rejection stopped spiraling me. It became information and I moved on. You get me? I didn't become louder or aggressive. I didn't fake masculinity. I became calm, grounded, and decisive, even when the moment had tension. And this wasn't just me. The men I worked with were exactly the same type of guys. Smart, self-aware, capable in life, but socially frozen when it actually mattered. Lucas, for example, understood attraction better than most people. He could talk about it for hours, my brother. But when it came time to initiate with a woman he actually wanted, his body shut him down. Once we stopped chasing tactics and trained his nervous system instead, things shifted fast. He stopped waiting for the perfect moment, stopped second-guessing himself mid-interaction, and started acting from a place of trust instead of fear. Not because fear disappeared, but because his body stopped treating social pressure like danger. But the truth is, understanding this doesn't automatically fix it. Because once you leave this video, one of two things usually happens. You feel clarity, you feel relief, and then real life shows up. You see a woman you want to talk to, you feel that familiar tension in your body, and in that moment, your nervous system either does what it has always done, or it's been trained to respond differently. That is the hard part about nervous system work. It's not hard to understand, it is hard to apply correctly under real pressure, my brother. When you are on your own, it is very easy to think you're pushing yourself while you're actually reinforcing the same freeze response. And that is why a lot of guys stay stuck for years, even though they've done the work. So at this point, you have to make a choice. Option 1, you do nothing with this. You go back to preparing, watching, and thinking, and the pattern stays the same. Option 2, you take what you've learned here and go deeper. I put together a free training where I break this down step by step and show you how to retrain your nervous system without reinforcing the freeze. And for some of you, there's option 3, my brother. If you don't want to keep guessing, if you don't want to accidentally train the wrong response. If you want someone who has done this before to guide you through it personally, you can apply to work with me one-on-one, because now you know the real reason why this is happening. And from here on out, what changes is up to you. Anyways, in a bit.